Good evening, I'm Dania and this is KiniNews. Dr Mahathir Mohamad has responded to Zahid's claims about saving Umno. He also denied claims that Zahid had brought him down, saying that the losing party has no right to topple the winning party. Former Premier Dr Mahathir Mohamad has dismissed Umno President Ahmad Hamidi's claim about bringing him down and saving Umno from being deregistered as a political party. Instead, he said he had stepped down as Prime Minister in February 2020 after Bersatu, the party which he founded after leaving Umno, had refused to follow his advice. In a statement yesterday, he said by convention, when a leader no longer commands the trust of their followers, the respectable thing to do would be to resign, and that was what he did. Mahathir also denied Zahid's claim that he had attempted to ban Umno. Contrary to the claims, Mahathir recalled his advice to Zahid in at least 2 private meetings that the party has veered from its struggle and as such lost the rights to its name. He said, therefore, it is better for the name Umno to no longer be used and to disband the party. However, he said Zahid disagreed and did not disband Umno. Mahathir stressed that Zahid or his Umno cannot topple him, as the losing party has no right to topple the winning party. He added that Zahid is not a hero and is just someone who faced charges in court and was willing to cooperate with Umno's arch nemesis, the DAP, so he can become Deputy Prime Minister. Still on the topic, Puad has told Mahathir that Zahid was the winner at the time. According to him, all of Mahathir's efforts had hit a brick wall and his son Mukhriz had also ended up being sidelined. Umno Supreme Council member Mohd Puad Zarkashi believes that Dr Mahathir Mohamad lost against Umno President Ahmad Hamidi. This was in response to Mahathir's remark that Zahid was not a hero who saved Umno from being deregistered. In a post on Facebook, Puad cited Mahathir's statement where he had said that he resigned as Prime Minister of his own volition, not because of Zahid. Mahathir had said he quit Bersatu as they did not listen to his advice. In his post, Puad said this is true as Mahathir's advice no longer carries any weight. He claimed that Mahathir's bid to become the interim Prime Minister following his resignation in February 2020 proved that he still wanted to hold on to the post. According to him, this failed as well, with Mahathir being forced to resign. Puad added that Mahathir then attempted to return as Prime Minister through Pejuang, but his time was over. In his post, Puad said Umno did not die, Mahathir's son Mukhriz was sidelined and Anwar Ibrahim became the Prime Minister. On the other hand, Puad said it is true that Zahid contributed to the collapse of the Mahathir-helmed Pakatan Harapan government within 22 months and the dismantling of Perikatan Nasional Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin's 17-month-old administration. He added that Mahathir does not like to lose, but this time he did. Before we move on, if you like access to news like this and more, consider supporting us and donate to Kinitv by scanning the QR code on the screen. Amirudin has responded to a news report quoting sources that said he would replace a PKR minister in an upcoming cabinet reshuffle. This is what he said. Amirudin Shari said he preferred being the Selangor Menteri Besar rather than being elevated as a minister at the federal level. He said this when asked about a news report quoting sources that said a current MB could be replacing a PKR minister in an upcoming cabinet reshuffle. However, Amirudin said he would abide by any party instructions.
Untuk kelangsungan planning yang kita buat ni, I prefer untuk stay lah. Saya prefer untuk stay. Sebab saya nak pastikan semua rancangan Selangor, Sabda, Idris dapat deliver apa yang kita janjikan itu boleh deliver, dapat dilaksanakan. Kalau tak, nanti penyesuaian berlaku, dia mungkin akan efek kepada performance state dan juga parti at large lah. Itu pada pandangan saya. But sebagai ahli parti yang patuh, kita akan cuba mengikut dan juga melaksanakan apa tanggungjawab yang dipertanggungjawabkan kepada saya pada hari ini, pada masa depan ataupun pada masa-masa bila-bila.
Amirudin added that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim had dismissed rumours of a reshuffle and questioned the motive behind the spreading of it. Previously, Anwar had dismissed the report of a cabinet reshuffle. Anwar questioned who was going to be doing the reshuffle as he had not heard about it. Mohamad Sabu has told voters to not be influenced by any political fatwas from past. He said this is as their fatwas will change with every election. Amanah President Mohamad Sabu has urged voters in Nenggiri not to be influenced by past political rhetoric and to instead stick with consistent religious principles. Mohamad, a former past leader himself, advised voters to take the Islamist party's political fatwa with a pinch of salt, such as their labelling of DAP as kafir harbi. He said the fatwas Muslims should hold on to are like prayers, fasting during Ramadan, avoiding alcohol, paying zakat and performing umrah. He emphasized that the labelling of DAP during the campaign could change over time. Mohamad noted that PAS had sung a different tune when it was in the same coalition with DAP in previous years. He said in 2008, many DAP women also wore Nik Aziz shirts, while many PAS leaders donned rocket shirts and caps without any issues. With this, he reiterated that voters should not take fatwas from PAS seriously. He claimed that their fatwas will change with every election as they are fleeting and depend on the season and circumstances. Ahmad Jasan has responded to Radzi Jidin over the announcement by the Finance Ministry about ATM services in Nenggiri. He said the announcement had nothing to do with the polls. Kelantan Umno has denied claims that the announcement for Nenggiri to get an ATM is a ploy to fish for votes ahead of the by-election. According to its state party, Chief Ahmad Jasan Yaakob, BN candidate Muhammad Asmawi Fikri Abdul Ghani had been trying to secure ATM services for the state constituency long before the by-election was announced. He told the media in Gua Musang that the call for ATM services has nothing to do with the by-election. He said Asmawi is merely speaking on behalf of the people as a Nenggiri local, not as an assembly person. Ahmad Jasan said this in response to Bersatu Vice President Muhammad Radzi Muhammad Jidin, who had mocked the Finance Ministry's announcement about ATM services in Nenggiri as a historic first. On August 10th, the MOF said it had completed discussions with several local banks to provide ATM services in Nenggiri, and the response was positive. Previously, it was reported that villagers had to travel some 50 kilometers to Gua Musang to use an ATM. Some were even forced to take an hour-long train ride or a 30-minute boat trip. Zahid said a BN candidate will represent the coalition government in the Makota by-election. He said it is customary for the party that holds the state or parliamentary seat involved to contest it again. Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said a BN candidate will represent the coalition government in the upcoming Makota by-election. The BN chairperson said that it is customary for the party to contest in a state or parliamentary seat that it holds. At a press conference today, he said the Makota state seat is in a relatively promising area for BN to continue winning. He added that he wants coordination with all parties in the coalition government, as it is mutually understood that the seat held by any party should be contested again by that party. He said further discussions and details will be addressed in the Umno Political Bureau and Supreme Council, after which the decision will be brought to the Unity Government Secretariat Council. The Makota by-election, set on September 28th, is being called following the death of its assemblyperson Sharifa Aziza Zaid Zain on August 2nd. That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Dania. Thanks for watching.